It's me, Percita, and this is Percita's Paradox. So here we are. It is Tuesday, December 8th. We are absolutely under lockdown here in California. As you can see, I'm in my pajamas. I am trying to ward off a cough. Not COVID, actually. Had to be tested for work, so I know I'm good with that. But anywho, and just really trying to put a grasp in my mind on what we are really going to end this beautiful, tumultuously ridiculous year with. So, let's just go through it. The mental state of where we have had to be, and what we're doing in our mental capacity to try to sustain not being crazy or overwhelmed or lost or just completely given up on just society as a whole and our freedom to do whatever it is that we feel like we need to do. But outside of that, just our desire to become more aware of our life and surroundings and our decisions and how they impact other people. It's just a scenario in my head that nightly I find myself fighting what I want to feel against my anger, against just the, inhumaneness of what it feels like we have had to endure. Now, that does not include things like, going out to shop and eat and things like that, even though I do understand that completely impacts the individuals who own those businesses and are completely finding themselves in just ridiculous circumstances. But I think what's more devastating to me is the fact that if we have all this capacity to do so much in regards to bailouts and stimulus, is why we don't just freeze things like bills and things that people are really stressing over. I'm more concerned about the mental state of individuals at this point, more so than the financial state, even though they run hand in hand, neck and neck, right? The average person is going through a mental breakdown because of the fact that they cannot see a future in them being able to sustain their households, themselves, whatever their conditions are. And it just seems as if we just got a little relief on that. Maybe that could help. That alone could possibly take some relief off. But, let's just talk about it. Tell me in the comments, how exactly are you in your mental state right now? These dreary days, the negative talk, the election issues, the runoffs in Georgia. There's just a continuum of minutia that is continuously pushing through our brains every day. And I think it's becoming increasingly complicated to see your way to any bit of peace. A lot of us who have the ability have moved to things like retail therapy because, we all need a good distraction, right? At some point to just get our minds off of everything. But what if you can't? What if you can't get into retail therapy? What if your resources just don't really put you in that place? And for the people who are doing it, are you really aware that life can change in a heartbeat? And maybe that could be a little dangerous in spending more than you need to, regardless of if it's plentiful or not. Could you be doing something else with those resources? There's just so many things that run through my head on a daily. Can I give back? Can I do more? Can I assist my fellow man in some way or another? Just all of that is just so much. And every day I struggle with what I want to focus on. Not in regards to career or life, because I'm pretty structured in that, but just where my heart goes and where my heartstrings are pulled. This is the time of the year that the average person finds themselves being jolly and trying to bless someone or several people, or tithing more, or giving to an organization or something of the sort. But it's also now becoming a time of just really trying to uplift and hold up people who just cannot hold themselves up. And I'm just interested, again, in the comments. Just tell me what you think you can do or are doing to just find that way to make things work for you on a daily. Because again, I don't think it's something we can plan. Some days I'll wake up and I won't really see my way through anything more than work and being a mom and, being in my studies. And other times I'll find myself just being in a complete Peter Pan space of wanting to just conquer the world and slay homelessness and poverty in one move, right? I don't have that resource, but in my head, I feel like I do. And it's so crazy because there's so many things that you want to change and you want to speak on and you want, others to understand. But it's just the space for me that I'm learning you really have to just move in what it is you can move in. And as often as I've said this to myself and to other people, it is still completely difficult for me to sustain that attitude while watching all of the drama that goes along with the world. I mean, I heard somebody say that the world we live in is so ghetto. And I don't know why that made me laugh. But it was just a position of what a word to use, because I'm not quite sure if ghetto would be the word that I would say. I think it's definitely something, right? But I don't know if it would be ghetto. I mean, what do you think it would be? How do you feel like the world is moving right now? It's kind of comical when you see that in 9.5 months of being exposed to COVID, there's all of a sudden a vaccine, when it's been over 100 years for cancer and, many, 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 many years, 30 plus years for HIV, and there's been no cure or vaccination that you can actually find yourself in. And within a matter of a year of us knowing, catch what I just said, there's a vaccine that could possibly be available. It says a lot. It says a lot about what our world is about, how it's about, and how things are just not what they seem. So I just wanted to get on and really just ask you, what's going on with your mental? I'm praying for you. I'm thinking about you. I'm definitely embracing as much of the drama as I can to kind of hold it off as a blow for my viewers and trying to stay as positive as I possibly can. But I'm human, and I definitely want to be as human as possible and tell you that, it's worrisome. I won't tell you that I'm in fear or I am depressed about it. I will say it becomes worrisome. And I know that worry doesn't do anything for me. So whenever I try to find myself fighting off worry, I always stress the point of there's nothing to worry about. Whatever will be, right? And that is what I can hold true to. And I am capable of literally fighting through anything that comes my way. So that's what I have to focus on. So I would leave you with that. Regardless of what you're feeling, I want you to express it. I want you to be in a place where you don't feel so isolated by yourself. I want you to communicate more. I don't want you to implode within yourself. When things hit and they hit hard, people tend to isolate themselves and walk away from individuals and don't really want to interact and speak about anything because you feel as if, people got lives and they don't really care. Don't let yourself be told that. That's a negative energy, and that negative energy is to put you in a place of feeling like you're the only person going through it, or you're the only person that feels what you're feeling at that particular moment. So do yourself a favor of shaking that off and finding someone to actually communicate with. Hey, if you don't have anyone to communicate with, send me a message via text, via email. I'll put all my information down below. You can always communicate with me and let me know you just need someone to talk to. And I want you to know that I will answer, and I am here to do that for you, because I do not ever want anyone to feel as if there's no one there that actually cares. I care. Okay? And I want you to really be clear on I care. That's why I'm in my pajamas on this dreary day, stuffy nose, slight cough and all. But I would never, ever continue to say I'm coming back and not come back, especially after all of the waiting that you have done, because I want you to know that I care, and I care about how you feel, and I care about what you think about this channel. So again, try your best to find something, someone to have an outlet with. Do not allow all the negative to kill you. Stand in your strength, and that strength is knowing that you have everything you need to sustain. Everything. Everything. Even if you feel like money is an issue or your relationship is an issue and you're all alone and you don't know what to do, whatever it is, do understand that whatever it is that you are going through, you have the power to get through it. I promise you that. So, no matter what, remember, I need you to do these 3 things now more than ever. I need you to live life authentic. And living life authentic, you have to understand that it's some vulnerability places that most people do not like to go. But it is okay to be in a vulnerable place. Not everyone is out to hurt you. And you have to be willing to roll those dice and see what exactly can and cannot happen. If you need help, ask for it. Let the person tell you no. Do not tell yourself no. Ask and let the person tell you no before you do that to yourself. Okay? All right. So, again, live life authentic. As always, I'll see you on Thursday. We'll have a thought of the day. We'll chat. We'll have a little fun. Hopefully, I'm not as stuffy. I might be in real clothes. Who's to say? We don't know. But regardless, I will see you Thursday. And as always, have a nice day. Bye-bye.